And if you parents need advice, well, don't think twice. For everything you need to know, it's the Dr. Casey Show. The Dr. Casey Show.
It's heightened lately, I'm telling you. And exactly. As anxiety goes up, I think. I mean, we've got anxiety going on about many different things. But also, money's becoming more scarce for most of us. But we also had a time to shop, so we had money on the brain and shopping on the brain. We had deadlines, we had destinations and timelines. And I mean, our spirits were generally running a little low because of certain things going on in the national news. And again, with this economy. So what do we do when all those things collide? Okay, we got anxiety again, money stuff, time deadlines, all of that. Just, we need relief. Seriously, you need relief. But when you've got a lot of pressure building, because we live in a pressure cooker society, basically. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. We as a society have fewer and fewer appropriate, and when I say appropriate, I mean like socially acceptable outlets. We don't have a lot of outlets to just sort of relieve the rage, relieve the pressure cooker. So the result is when we get in our cars, it's almost like we have this separation from ourselves. It's like, I think some people get behind the wheel like they're in a tank and it's the battle. We had the pressure cooker and it's a battle zone. And if you are driving right now and it's happening to you and you can safely on your hands-free headset call us, maybe call in a safe way and let us know, or share with me things that you want to have on this year-end episode. The number to the studio is always 877-830-830. That's 877-830-830. In fact, program that into your phone so that then you can safely speed dial again on your hands-free phone. So anyway, the result is this battleground. And it's almost like when you're in your car and you're driving aggressively, you're having this private feud or conflict that is only known to you. I mean, you get in that tank and your anger in the pressure cooker, but unfortunately, the risks are higher to everybody else because the tank is real to all of us, but only you are having this competition. And something happens when you're in the car and you've got that timeline and you've got that crunch and you've got the pressure cooker, your self-talk changes. All right? The things you hear in your head and the conversation you have with yourself, you're not going crazy. That's pretty normal. But it changes and it becomes really aggressive and really competitive. And I started to think about it and I started to write down what I think it might sound like. Now, again, I don't drive this way anymore. I really don't. I used to a little bit. Got it under control. So I'm guessing here that this is what you're thinking. It starts off something like this. Oh, I got to get that done. I got to get to the mall. Oh my goodness, I've got so much to do. And I've only got 3 hours. I've got to go. Got to go. All right, you're in the car now and you're thinking this. I only have 30 minutes to get there. That means no delays, no traffic. People need to drive smart. I just need people to drive smart and I can get there. And then all of a sudden what happens? Exactly. And you start to think, what's wrong with that car? What's wrong with the person in that car? Don't they know how to drive? Does this sound familiar to you? It's got to sound familiar to a lot of you because you were doing it to me. I'm telling you. And then all of a sudden you start to think, don't they realize that in that lane that they're not supposed to be driving like that and they're blocking me? It becomes like personal. You know, they personalize it. They're making me late. They are the problem. That person right there, that is my problem. Now, see, here's the problem. You've got all the pressure from before you got in the car, but all of a sudden the driver in front of you who's on cruise control at 75 is your problem? Seriously? Really? No, they're not the problem. The way you're handling it is the problem. Then all of a sudden you start having thoughts that sound like this. They don't know the proper rules of driving. I got to teach them. If I just drive up on them and I get real close, maybe I'll even bright them a few times. That'll teach them. Oh, they're not going to like that very much. I'm going to teach them something, right? You start to all of a sudden get devious in how you're going to school this other driver. Really? I mean, seriously. So if I get close, that means get over now. They must know that rule. Get over now. And then all of a sudden you realize that you've gotten up on that person in front of you. That driver that's driving so aggressively got up on that car so close, and then they start to get angry that the car's not moving. I mean, forget the fact that now you've boxed them in and there's a car to either side of them and they can't really go anywhere. You don't really think about that. You start thinking about how that car is making you late. And you start to get angry at them, and then you start to think, well, it's your own fault for getting boxed in like that because you're not driving appropriately anyway. And if you only drove as well as me, then we wouldn't have a problem here, right? So, no, it doesn't make sense to back off and give them room to get over for you. No, you just ride up behind them. I mean, seriously, people. Seriously. I felt so claustrophobic with the way some of you were driving over the last 10 days. I was worried for you. Like, not worried for me so much, but worried for you. Some people I even saw practically tried to drive me off the road. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then all of a sudden you get these aggressive drivers. They get so worked up because then the car really is not moving and they're not going faster for you. But they also can't get over because you've boxed them in. And then you got start, I hate bad drivers. Great, now I am late. I will never make it on time and it's all that person's fault. Okay, seriously. What you really need to be aware of is your developing road rage is getting out of control. Seriously. So what to do about it? I'm changing my voice for you. I want you to calm down because I know some of you are reliving that moment and you're getting a little worked up. All right? Here's what we can do, because seriously, there is no benefit to you getting that angry in a pretend argument. It's pretend. Only you are having it. The car in front of you, me, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just not driving as fast as you. That's all. Because as far as I see it, when I eventually do get over for you and I allow you to get past me and you're all excited and think that you taught me some kind of lesson, you're still angry, your blood pressure's still high, and I'm just kind of shaking my head going, okay. I bet you I might live longer with a blood pressure issue, but hey, that's just me. That's just me. So here's my suggestion, how to change this. Because, this is all about positive stuff here. How to change this. First off, a little reality testing. That conversation that you're having in your head that I tried to reenact for you. I don't know how well that went, but I did my very best, okay? Reality testing. Seriously, you know that other driver is not intentionally ruining your day. They're not doing that intentionally. So stop plotting against them like they are. They're really not. They might be a little unaware, but they're not plotting. Second, some deep breathing. Please. Deep breathing. Now, deep breathing is not this. Okay. No, that's not a deep breath. It's 4 seconds in through the nose and 6 seconds out through the mouth. That's a deep breath. It will force your body's chemistry to slow down a little bit. And then all of a sudden you start to realize, okay, maybe it's not worth getting someone hurt over so that I can get to the mall at the exact minute that I plan to get there. It's not a race. Finally, I have one piece of advice as well. Singing. I'm not joking. Singing. I used to tell this to my Psych 101 classes all the time when I taught at Saddleback, that's my outlet in the car. You see me singing away, I don't care. I'll smile and hope you can find the station with me. Find a station you love. Play your iPod, your favorite list of songs. I don't care. Belt it out. Sing it out loud. You need something to relieve the stress of that pressure cooker. Again, the problem is that we don't have enough outlets to relieve the pressure cooker of the world that we live in, okay? So that's the real problem. It's not the driver. It's the pressure cooker and the outlets that aren't available to you. Those two things together, that's the problem. So if you decrease the pressure in your tires with some deep breathing, all right, and you find an outlet, for me, it's singing. I'm not going to sing for you. Then it will melt away those two problems that come together. So just, I don't know, stay away from like an Eye of the Tiger song or something like that because it might have the opposite effect. But generally speaking, that is going to help decrease the aggressive competitive sport of holiday driving. I'm not kidding. It has become a sport.